Hey guys, welcome to Techlearners. In today's lesson, we will talk about singly linked list. And today we will see one of the important function of singly linked list, that is searching. So if you have seen my previous lesson, I had talked about how we can create a singly linked list and how we can insert the element into the singly linked list. In today's lesson, I'll be talking about how we can search an element into the singly linked list, and later I'll show you the Java program as well. So let's talk about the steps that are involved in searching an element into the singly linked list. So let's say we have a function searchNode. This will perform searching for us. This will search a node in the list. So what are the steps? We will take some variables. Let's say we will take one variable I, which will keep track of the position of the search node. Then we will take another variable, that's a boolean variable, and this is a flag variable, and this will keep track whether the element is found in the list or not. So we will keep this false in the initial, and as soon as we find the value of the element, we will convert this from the false to the true. Next, we will take a current node. This current node will point to the head node initially. So it will start with the head node and we'll move on to the next third, fourth, fifth nodes, and we'll try to find out the element on each node. So we need to iterate through this particular list, and this iteration will be done with the help of the variable I and with the help of the next pointer. So we'll keep changing the current node to the next of the current node just to move in the list further. And then we'll compare each node's data with the searched value. So if the value is found, we'll simply display the value. We can display the position of the node, and we will set the flag to true. And if the flag is true, that means we have found the element. Then we can display the position of the searched node. And else, if the flag is still not true at the end, that means the element is not present into the list. In that case, we simply need to display the message that element is not present in the list. So now let's see with the example linked list where we have three nodes. So the first node will be indicated as the head node, and this is last node will be indicated as the tail node. So initially we will take current node, and this current node will indicate to the first node. Let's say if we want to search a value 60. So first we will compare this 60 with the value of the first node 20. So we can see it's not equal to 20. 60 is not equal to 20. Then what we need to do is from the next node, so we'll jump from the current node to the next node. So we'll see this link from the current node, and then we'll jump to the next node, and now we'll again compare the value of this next node with the searched value, that is 60. Again we can see that the value is not matching. So now we'll see what is the next node of the current node, and we'll make this next node is our current node. So now this is our current node. So now we can see this value 60 is equal to our searched value. So we can simply print the index of this particular node, and we can say that we have found the element. So this is how we can search. Let's jump into directly to the Java program, and let's see how we can solve this problem with the help of the Java program. If you have seen my previous lesson of singly linked list, then you must be aware about that how we can create the singly linked list. For that we have taken a class node. Inside the node we have taken two variables. One is the data and other is the link address. Then we had taken a constructor to initialize these values just to create a new node with the data value and with the null value as its address. And then we'll create two initial nodes. One is the head node and other is the tail node. Then this is the add node function, the function that we use to insert the nodes into the linked list. We had discussed this in detail into the previous video. If you want to know about this, you can go and watch my first video, that is on the linked list, how we can create the linked list and how we can insert the node in the linked list. So let's directly jump on to the today's topic, that is searching node. So we have created a function here, that is search node, with one parameter, that is data. Obviously this is the data value that we want to search into the linked list. So initially we will create a current node, and this current node will be equal to the head node. That means now we are at the head node first, and we are calling this head node as our current node. And this current node, so we can see this is the head node and this is our current node, as we are starting from this node only. And the position of this node is 1. So the position of the next node will be 2. The position of the next node will be 3. So this position, we will track the position with the help of a variable I. And as we had discussed, we will take a boolean variable flag and we will initialize this as false, just to indicate whether we have found the element or not. So initially this will be false. So now we will start. If head is null, this is the primary condition. If head is null, that means the list is empty, and we do not have any node into the singly linked list. So if the head is null, that means the list is empty and we cannot have any value into the list. So we'll jump to the else case. That means when list is not empty and we have at least one node into the list, then we need to iterate through. So we'll use a while loop. We can also use a for loop. We can use any type of loop, do while. So we'll use a while loop till when this loop will continue till the current is not equal to null. That means till we have a node. So we'll start from 1, we'll jump to 2nd, we'll jump to 3rd, and then after 3 we have no node. That means current will be null at that point. So we'll continue this loop from first node, 2nd node, 3rd node until we have at least one node into the list. So this loop will continue. Now we need to check if the data at the current node is equal to the searched data. That means we have found the data value. So let's say if 60, you can see this 20 is not equal to 60, we'll jump to the next. 40 is not equal to 60, we'll jump to the next. 60 is equal to the 60, that means we have found the node. So current dot data, if it is equal to the data value, that means the value is found, and we have to change this flag variable to true, and then we'll simply use a break to jump out of the loop as we have achieved our goal. Now just to iterate, we'll increment the position. So we need to move from first node to the second node, position from 1 to 2 and so on. So we'll iterate this loop with the help of I++, and we'll also change the node. So from the current node, the next node of the current now will be the current node. So like initially the head node was the current node, and once we'll jump from the head node to the next node, then this next node will be our current node. Then we'll again jump from this node to the next node. So now this next node will be our current node. So each time the next of the current node will be converted to the current node. So this is how we iterate and we move further into the list. So once we have completed this particular loop, or we have searched all the nodes into the list, or we have found the element into the list, we'll continue this loop. Now outside the loop, we'll check if the flag is true, that means we had found the element, and then we can simply print the element and its position with the help of the index I we had tracked before. And if the flag is false, that means we could not found element into the list. So we can simply display that element is not present into the list. So that's the searching function. Now let's see the main function. We'll create the list with the help of the class. We'll create the object of the list, and then we'll add a few nodes. Here I have added 1, 2, 3 and 4. We have added 4 nodes here in this case. And then let's say we try to search value 2. So obviously the 2 is present into the list. It should display with its position. And then I have already tried one more element, that is 7, which is not present into the list. So let me compile and show you the output of this program. So let me execute this. So you can see the result of the first searched node, that is, it is present and it is present at position 2, and result of the second, that is, we were searching the 7, that is not present into the list. So we can see that this is the way how we can search element. You can see we had searched first 2 and then we had searched 7. So 2 was found at position 2 and 7 was not found at any position into the list. So this is how we can perform searching. I hope you have understood. Feel free to comment into the comment box if you have any query. In the upcoming lessons we will be talking about deletions, traversing, stacks, queues and much more. So do subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed till now. Hit the like button and do not forget to share the video with your friends. Thank you so much.